Yeah, hi, Orest. So let's speak about this relation between body, mind, spirit, and success. What is success for you? How do you interpret it?
Right. At different times in your life, people will answer that differently. I'm 72, and so my definition of success is having um, congruity between my faith in God, my family, my fitness, and my finances. And when those are in alignment, that's when that's what I consider success. If one of those things is out of alignment, uh, not infrequently it'll affect the other things.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So let's speak how people can be successful. How can they manage all these ingredients like good relationship, financial success? Yes, their good results in job, in business, their mental and physical fitness. Yeah, because sometimes people, if they are, if we speak about driven entrepreneurs, they're so ambitious. They want to achieve big goals that they just work hard and maybe forget about themselves, like forget to do something that makes them feel good about themselves, acknowledge themselves. They can think that, like, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. Like, yes, like how to find that middle golden uh, balance or harmony between all these so important ingredients.
I think there are. When I was really young, I didn't like structure. I was rebellious. I was actually a kid. But I found that when I have structure to my day, that allows me to bring all those things into harmony. And it starts off in the morning where when I wake up, uh, quite often I end up hugging my wife or she hugs me. I go outside and I meditate. Then I spend a little time reading a Bible. Then I write about what I've read. I also send notes to my wife and my two kids, my two daughters, every day. And that's kind of a ritual. And then I go to the gym and I work out. And once I've got all that done, then I sit down and start working. And that's kind of my balance. And I usually stop working about that takes me from 5 till about uh, depending on the workout from anywhere from 8 to 9 in the morning. So the first 4 hours are actually getting myself oriented. And then I work most of the day. I assume you work from home too. So there's no, it's not like you go out for lunch, you have a lunch hour. Usually work straight through. And then we stop. We stop at 5. And my wife also works from home most of the time. Uh, and so so we kind of make a point of stopping. And then on the weekends, on the weekend, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon because I did a post on this on LinkedIn, and I wrote, "Is it really a vacation?" Um, we were in Park City. We just got back from Park City Sunday or Saturday. I'm sure it's Saturday. We were up there for a week. But when we travel, we're always working, and so we each had two computer screens with us that were set up. And that was our situation. The thing that we did was that we made sure that instead of working till 5, we would maybe stop at 11 or we stop at 1 or whatever. We didn't like work the whole day like we normally did. At the same time, when you really enjoy what you're doing, it's not that much. It's not really work, and it becomes more of a passion. Now, I will be the first to admit that some days I don't know. I don't want to do shit. I mean, I don't want to do anything, and I force myself to do it because I, I guilt myself or whatever into doing it. But there are days that I don't want. There are days that I don't want to go to the gym. There are days that I don't want to work. There are days that I don't want to read the Bible. There are days that I don't want to do all those things. But if you have a structure and you're used to being in that structure, then it's easier to maintain that on a consistent basis.
Yes, as you were speaking, I just remembered that airplane rule. Yeah, put mask on yourself first. Yes, and this is how it should be prioritized. That as we spoke before, and you said that the most important relations is relations with yourself. Yes, and if you put yourself first, this and you love yourself, you respect yourself, you do good things to feel good as exercising and meditating, to be in that great energy, peaceful state, gratitude. Yes, and when you are good, then everybody in your energy field will feel good. Yes, because you are that person who just feels good to be around. Yes, and this is when you have that calm mind, you can make better decisions. Yes, when you are peaceful, take time to think things and instead of reacting, respond. Yes, the way as it is the best in the situation. This is what makes the difference in results.
Yes, it is. At the same time, um, I'm always constantly battling. I'm always my battle is sometimes is with others, and other times it's with myself. Because one of the things that I really work to do is every day I try. Doesn't always happen, but every day my goal is to be a better version of myself today than I was yesterday,
Mhm.
and that's the premise. Now, some days it doesn't, shit doesn't happen. I, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to claim to be perfect. I'm far from perfect. I have many faults, but that's kind of like that. That's kind of the plan. And if that's the plan, then if even if you just hit like 5 days out of 7, you're doing pretty damn well.
Yeah, and let's speak about the importance of acknowledging yourself. Yes, like how to find that balance between being driven and focused, and as you said, putting those tasks to get better every day, to go out of your comfort zone, to stretch all the time, and on the other hand, to acknowledge what you did, and also even if you failed, also acknowledge what you did the best in that situation. Yes, so like co- um, because we have this body and we have this mind and we are who we are and we have to acknowledge in order to grow, right? Because if we just beat ourselves, it doesn't affect the way good way. Yes, because everybody need encouragement, and the best person to encourage yourself, it is you, right? Like we have to encourage
Absolutely,
ourselves. Yes.
absolutely. And the thing is that um, you talked about celebrating, which made me laugh. Uh, we drink a lot of champagne. We drink a lot of champagne to celebrate moments, successes, and I laugh at it, but I just went to the store and I bought 6 bottles of champagne because we have a lot of champagne. We drink and we have a fair amount of champagne because we celebrate a lot of successes, and so consequently, it's important to do that. At the same time, you can acknowledge the success you've had in your past. It is also a time to plan the future because today's great is tomorrow's good. And if one of the things I coach men on is that there is no such thing as status quo. You can't maintain what you have. You are either getting better or you're getting worse. There is no such thing as status quo. And this is where a lot of men in their relationships get into a trouble with their wife because they think that they're maintaining status quo and they're deteriorating. And all of a sudden, out of a mere big surprise, they're being served divorce papers, and they're like, "What happened? I thought everything was fine." The challenge there is that And this is what I read this interesting book by Dan Sullivan, where he talks about most divorces in couples over 50 are initiated by the woman. I was surprised when I heard that. I thought it was like I would have guessed it would have been the opposite. But most of them are initiated by the woman, and he talks about why that's a very a group that you should focus on in your marketing, because those women are often going into plastic surgery, dental work, all sorts of things, and they're basically remodeling themselves. But that was like I said, that was a very interesting. So guys who think that they're maintaining the status quo are lying to themselves, and they are at risk. And then they wonder. The other thing they wonder is why is there less intimacy in the relationship? Well, part of it is, dude, you are boring. And there's a good chance if you're boring, you're fat. And, you know, would, and Elena, you're going to have to tell me if you want me, because sometimes I say this, because I'll say it now and if you can cut it out. Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, dude, when you look at yourself in the mirror, naked, would you want to fuck yourself? Probably not. How do you think that's appealing to your significant other? So that is another thing. And that's why I think, you know, being fit, and I'm not talking about fit like the cover of Men's Health, you know, with the everybody's got the big the abs that are most of the time you can grow abs, but it's really hard, especially if you're not genetically predisposed. But I'm talking about just being fit, that you can go out and do stuff. You can go out and hike. You can go out, you know, you muscles. You go to the gym and you lift weights. Uh, I see so many men as they get older, they become shells of who they were in the past. And when I coach men, one of the things I hear quite often is they have resigned to a life of decay. And that is not who I am about. I'm a great believer in anti-aging medicine, better living through science, and I use lots of things that help me stay young. People walk up to me in the gym and they see the heavy weights I'm lifting, and they go like, "How old are you?" And they go, "Wow." I mean, I had some injuries, but I'm working my way back up to bench pressing 100-pound dumbbells. That's not typically something that someone in their 70s does, or even thinks about doing, or even thinks about doing. You know, it's a kind of a there's a balance there because you don't heal as well as you used to. So you got to be careful about re-injuring yourself and things like that. Sometimes you try to press forward a lot faster than you should be pressing forward. But that's my goal. I'll be there by the end of this year. I had a little setback here a few weeks ago, which I thought I was going to be hit by my birthday, but that's not going to happen. But before the end of the year, I will be back at 100-pound dumbbells, which my personal record is 110.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Yes, I really like what you said. Self love, self respect. Yes, like when you look yourself in the mirror, do you respect yourself? I know that in relations, it is so important that women will respect the man. Yeah, it may be not always the man.
Elena, you said that so much nicer than I did.
Yeah, I know that it is like I know that the way to the man heart is go through stomach through delicious food. So maybe it will not always respect, but I know definitely that for woman to love man, she should respect him. Yes, like it should be, and of course, like the way he looks and the way he behaves, and this is important, the way he values himself. Yes, like this self-esteem, self-respect, what is going inside, that confidence, it reflects on outside. Yes, like all other people see us only the way how we see ourselves. Yes, so this the woman should be confident in her man. Yes, so she has respect, and he has to be confident in him. Yes, so she will buy that confidence. So yeah, I really liked how you said that. Yes, so yeah, it is really great. I am excited and looking forward for our episode, official episode, which we will do soon. So, what there will be few things that you would like to share in our episode?
Um, how long is it going to be, Elena? Roughly how long? Because I tend to talk a lot. And I tend to run whenever somebody says they're going to do a half hour, we end up at an hour and they end up splitting the episode in two portions.
Yes,
So we can,
there is no limit because usually what we do with people who love to talk a lot, we do different episodes.
okay,
Yes,
all
so
right, perfect,
yeah,
perfect.
when we
Um,
when we have a lot of to share and it really resonates with audience, we can record different episodes and discuss different things more deeply. Yes, so in first episode we discussed maybe more general about different things, and then if we find it great content, then we can just meet later and discuss more deeply about everything. Yeah, so let's say our episode usually is 30-40 minutes.
okay. So I think that maybe for the first one, Elena, maybe we talk about masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
what
great.
does that mean? I got into I normally don't do this. I got into a back and forth on Facebook with someone who's
Mm-hmm. Wow.
deriding alpha males, and so I I I just get pissed off about that.
Yes, it is
I think we
amazing
talk
topic.
about masculinity,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that someone once asked me was, "What is the most important part of being a man?" And
Mm-hmm.
it starts with being a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And being a gentleman does not mean being weak or a doorstop or it doesn't mean being weak. It actually means the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we can talk about is anti-aging medicine. I used to have a podcast. I put it on hold for a little bit. I've interviewed a lot of doctors that you would be considered tip of the spear in anti-aging medicine. My background before I started doing this was I was a periodontal regenerative surgeon. So I used a lot of regenerative products. I don't know, some of them you may be familiar with. Platelet-rich plasma, PRPs, real popular now. Stem cells, exosomes, peptides, hormone balance, all those things. I'm a great believer in that, and I believe that's a big part of maintaining a vibrant, useful mind. And then the other thing that we can talk about is relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazing, amazing. These are such topics in demand, I suppose. Yes, and I will be happy to discuss them with you. So thank you so much for being amazing guest today, and I'm
Thank
looking
you.
forward for our official episode when we meet next time.
Uh, I know you. I get. I think we can do somewhere else here in just a second. One thing also, do you want? I have an affiliate program for my on-demand video program. I sent you that was in the email. That if you're interested in becoming an affiliate, great. If not, that's fine too. Because it's basically it's on share sale, and the commission is 50%. It's $97 to get the on-demand program, which is just a 7-week video course with me.
It is
So that
amazing.
like yeah,
Yeah,
if you're interested in that email, there's a link to sign up to become an affiliate. Then the other thing is, where are you from?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, are you? Okay, that's my ancestry. My parents came from Ukraine at the end of World War II.
Yeah, so it is continuing. Yeah, the story continues.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah,
What part of Ukraine?
we also came to UK after the war started in 2022. Yeah, so this
Okay,
continues. Yeah, okay, so let me finish this episode and we will
okay,
speak.
sounds great.
Yeah.